Hello everyone, Opirian here with a Minecraft Redstone tutorial. Today, as promised, I will be showing you how to create the 2x3 hidden door. Now there are actually a couple of ways to go about this, but today I'm going to show you the one with the smallest footprint. First off, let's go ahead and of course show you the demonstration. Once again, do note, this is not a tutorial on how to hide your lever. That is up to you. So let's just go ahead and flick the switch for now. Walk through our nice little created corridor. And close it back up. And there we go. Now, as you can see, as opposed to my last one, this one is actually quite smaller while still pertaining the same height width requirement of the actual passageway. First off, of course, the bill of materials. You will need your sticky pistons, your block of choice for your wall, redstone torches, redstone repeaters, redstone dust, some filler blocks, if you will. You do not have to use these. These are mainly for visual guides, and of course, a lever or a source of activation. So let's go ahead and head over to the build area and start this tutorial. Alright, here we are at the build site, and I've already gone ahead and taken the liberty of start doing our first two steps. Those steps being, of course, our defining of the archway, which will serve as the archway to our door, as well as the placement of the lever. First off, let's go ahead and actually start with our sticky pistons. What I want to do is, right now, just work on the left side, since the right side will pretty much be a mirror image of what's going on. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll actually build a 2x3 wall of sticky pistons. Following that up with, on the back sticky pistons, another set of sticky pistons. And on the front, your wall material. Now, what we have to do is actually tackle the problem of transferring power of this entire stack. So what we'll go ahead and do there, first off, is go ahead and dig out a channel for some redstone. And follow that up with the placement of some wool blocks. In this case, you do not have to use wool blocks, but for this example, I am using blue wool to dictate that these are the first step pistons. These extend before the extension out towards the player. So what I'm going to do after we place those blocks is actually go and place some redstone torches on top. And of course, follow that up with an L shape of more wool or block of your choice. Note, glass does not transfer, you cannot use glass. And of course, last but not least, we'll go ahead and place a redstone dust right here on the bottom part of the L. That should cause our entire stack to fully extend. Now we have the major problem of the stack's already on. So what we're going to want to do is actually place a couple more redstone torches. Let's go ahead and dig out some space here. Place some more wool. And on those wool blocks, we're going to want to place the torches directly. Just go ahead and do that. As you can see, the pistons have retracted. So let's go ahead and fill those in. And we'll actually move on to the wiring to the lever. Alright, first things first, we'll go ahead and place a couple of redstone repeaters that will feed directly into the blocks, and this will actually cause the cascade effect for our redstone torches. Go ahead and set those at a delay of 4 ticks. Then we'll go ahead and wire the back end of those together. Make sure that we keep this wire isolated from any other wire. So we'll go ahead and keep a 1-block wall. Now right here, we're going to want to place another repeater and set that to 4-tick delay as well. So let's go ahead and run this wire to our lever now. Just go ahead and dig out the channel first. Make sure we're aligned with our lever. Now this is more than 15 blocks, so we're just going to go ahead and place a repeater anywhere along the line, just to extend the power. Alright, now if we flick the lever, we should actually see the first stage engage. Alright, there we go. Now what we want to accomplish is the second stage. So let's go ahead and retract those so we don't cause any circuit problems. Go ahead and cover this back up for now. Now, we don't want to fall into the trench. We'll actually go ahead and leave this part open. Now, we need to get power to this set of pistons when it extends over here. So first, let's go ahead and build the rest of the hallway. Now make sure you don't close off this over here, because remember, the right side is going over there. Now we're actually going to want to give ourselves a bit of working room. We don't want to have any crosstalk between wires. Now, what we're going to want to do is actually wire up another vertical transfer stack. We'll go ahead and have the transfer stack go right along the wall here. So we'll go ahead and wire it there. Green wool there. Now note, I am using green wool, in this case, to dictate the second stage. Go ahead and place a redstone torch on top of that green wool. And a wool block on top of that. Now, we already know where the piston is going. When this is extended, it will be under this block. So we'll go ahead and wire up like that. That way, this can also catch the right side. Now, as you may, of course, notice the problem, that's not extended. So let's go ahead and solve that problem right now. Oh, sorry, it's not extended, it's not connected. So let's go ahead and wire it up. Now we have the actual problem of, oh no, the top is lit. So what we're going to do is actually install another NOT gate. Go ahead and wire that up. Have another repeater leading into the block. And we're good. So before we cover up the wiring, let's go ahead and test it and see if it works. Now, you may note, as this extends, hey, Opirian, the bottom one isn't extending. We'll get to that later. For now, let's go ahead and turn this off. As you can see, though, as the top two blocks did extend towards us, we're pretty much done. Once we fix the bottom extension and get the right side done, we'll be all set. So let's go ahead and cover our wiring up. And move on to the other side. Once again, we're going to need a 2x3 stack with sticky pistons on the back pistons, and our wall blocks on the back as well. And it should look pretty symmetrical going down the hallway. Now, of course, we also want to tackle again our, as you guessed it, transferring of the power. So let's go ahead and wire up the same thing. Once again, blue wool to dictate first stage. A couple of redstone torches. And a reverse L. Now, it can be a standard L, it doesn't matter. I just like to keep symmetry. And of course, the redstone dust. What do you know? They're all extended. Of course, we now have the power problem again, so let's go ahead and wire up some torches. And of course, fill this all back up. Now to actually get power over there. So let's go ahead and wire in some repeaters. Oh, make sure you don't dig down too far. Once again, you want these at a 4-tick delay. Wire those up. Now this one you don't have to be so careful with the wiring since we're not worrying about the vertical transfer. Let's just go ahead and get this wire over to our lever. Once again, It's longer than 15 blocks, so let's go ahead and throw a repeater in there. And throw that one on 4-tick delay. Let's just go ahead and see if the... In fact, the entire door should work now, except for the bottom 2 pistons. Let's go ahead and test that right now. What do you know? Works just fine. So let's just go and cover up the wire here. Now, as you notice, the bottom ones still aren't extending. Let's go and wire those up right now. First things first, we need to dictate where our wire is going. So let's just go and dig out a trench. Cursed rain. Let me go and fix that. Sun, sween, don't know what sween is. Let's go ahead and set the time back to day as well. Curse you, rain! Alright, so let's go ahead and wire up some second stage blocks. Go ahead and place some redstone torches on these 2 blocks. And then, of course, our hallway material, whatever material you want on the bottom. Now we need to do the actual wiring. Alright, after we get those all wired up, these ones you do not have to worry about delay. Because if you actually delay these, you'll cause the bottom blocks to not retract at all. That's a problem. So let's go ahead and run a wire over. Now, as you may have guessed it, we do have a problem, as in these torches are on. When we flick the lever, they'll be off, and therefore the bottom piston still won't extend. So to fix that, we'll just go ahead and throw another NOT gate in there. Alright, just go ahead and cover this wire up. And give it a quick test. Yep. Works just fine. However, as you may have noticed, the left side is actually extending slower than the right side. That can actually be fixed pretty simply. Anywhere down your wiring line, just go ahead and throw in another repeater. Let's go ahead and try 2-tick delay, see if that fixes it. So, let's try a 3-tick. Looks like I'm getting further away. Let's go ahead and try a 4-tick. Alright, well, let's go ahead and try 1-tick, see if that helps. Alright, it was 1-tick, so let's just go ahead and cover this wiring back up. Now you can run this wiring any which way you want. You can run into an XOR gate. I'll let you figure out the wiring for that. And actually, I'll provide a tutorial on how to wire up a door such as this to an XOR gate at another time. For now, let's just go ahead and finish covering this guy up. So we just need to build a wall around it. Let's build it high enough so we can put a roof on it. I'm not too particular about the roof, as you can see, as long as we have one. Now if you want, you can go ahead and throw some torches or some glowstone in there to prevent monsters from spawning if you are doing this on a standard map, because it will get dark enough in here for them to spawn. So I'll just go ahead and throw in a couple of torches here, and then continue the ceiling. Alright, let's go ahead and test it. Make sure when we put up the wall we didn't create any crosstalk or shorts. Alright, there you go. Now, as I said before, there is actually another way to do the bottom pistons. If I didn't say that, I'm saying that now. So, to test that theory, let's go ahead and just remove these bottom pistons here. I'm just going to do it on the left side, that way the right side's circuitry stays intact. And we know that the piston will go here. I'm actually going to take... Actually, I'm going to set up both pistons. That way we don't have any headaches with wiring. Let's go ahead and block that up. Make sure we remove these. Not too concerned about the wool down here, but let's go ahead and remove it anyway. Now, since we're no longer need this NOT gate here, I'm just going to remove it and actually run the wire. Make sure we go and place our sticky piston and our wall pieces. Run a couple of repeaters into the blocks. Wire those up. Put a floor over them. And go ahead and test it out. As you may have noticed, wow, those bottom blocks sure have a long delay. It's actually pretty simple to fix. Just come right here. Set the delay to whatever you want. And if you want even more of a delay, you have all this wiring here. So let's go ahead and set this as a longer delay too. Oh, close enough for my taste. You can delay it any amount you wish. Well, this has been Opirian with your Redstone tutorial.